Somewhere along the way, you were probably praised for something that wasn't actually strength. Not crying at the funeral. Not falling apart during the breakup. Staying composed when everyone else would have understood if you hadn't. People called you strong. But what if that wasn't strength at all? What if it was the moment you learned to disappear from your own pain? Today, we're going to look at the real difference between strength and suppression. Why they can look identical from the outside while costing you very different things on the inside. And what it actually takes to start feeling again without falling apart. Think about the first time someone told you to be strong. Maybe it was, "Stop crying, you're fine." Maybe it was, "You have to be the mature one now." Maybe nobody said it directly. You just noticed that showing pain made the people around you uncomfortable, and staying composed made them relax. Either way, a lesson landed early. Emotion is a problem to manage, not an experience to have. At first, this looks like it works. You get praised for handling things well. You become the reliable one, the one others lean on, the one who never seems to need anything back. And there's a real reward in that. Competence, trust, admiration. So the pattern deepens. You get better and better at not needing anything from anyone, including from yourself. But here's what almost nobody says out loud about this kind of strength. It isn't actually processing anything. It's storage. Every time you swallow a reaction instead of feeling it, the emotion doesn't disappear. It gets filed somewhere in the body, unresolved, waiting. And unlike a physical task you complete and move past, an unfelt emotion doesn't close. It just waits for the next moment it gets triggered, adding its weight to whatever is happening then, which is often why a small, ordinary disappointment can suddenly produce a reaction that feels much bigger than the moment itself. There's an important distinction worth making clear here, because it changes everything about how you approach this. Suppression and regulation are not the same thing, even though they often get confused. Regulation means feeling an emotion fully while choosing how you respond to it. Suppression means blocking the feeling before it's even allowed to exist. One builds capacity over time. The other quietly erodes it. And the research on this is more concrete than most people expect. Chronic emotional suppression has been linked to measurable physical costs, increased cardiovascular strain, weakened immune function, disrupted sleep. This isn't abstract. Your body genuinely registers what your mind works hard to ignore, and it pays a real, physiological price for the effort of constant containment. There's also a psychological cost that's just as real, even if it's less visible on a lab report, a slow disconnection from yourself. When you spend years not letting emotions surface, you don't just get better at hiding sadness or fear from others. You start losing the ability to clearly identify what you're feeling at all. Ask someone who has suppressed for a long time, "What are you feeling right now?" And often the honest answer is, "I don't actually know." Not because nothing is there, because the muscle that used to notice it has gone quiet from disuse. This is why staying strong so often produces a strange kind of emptiness underneath the competence. Not because something is wrong with you, but because you built an entire way of surviving around not being fully present to your own experience. And a life built that way, however functional it looks from the outside, tends to feel oddly hollow from the inside, even when everything is technically going well. So if strength was never actually about not feeling, what does real strength look like instead? Not the absence of emotion, the capacity to stay present while it moves through you. Here's how to actually begin rebuilding this capacity without needing to fall apart to prove you're finally feeling something. First, name the emotion out loud, even just to yourself, before you manage it. Not "I'm fine," something closer to the truth. I feel disappointed right now. I feel scared about this. This single habit interrupts the automatic jump straight to composure and gives the emotion a moment of actual acknowledgement before you decide what to do with it. Second, practice feeling something small on purpose. You don't need to start with your biggest unprocessed grief. Start with something minor. Mild frustration, small sadness, quiet disappointment. Let yourself feel it fully for 60 seconds, without immediately problem solving or distracting. You're not trying to feel good. You're teaching your nervous system that an emotion can move through you without you falling apart, one small, safe repetition at a time. Third, find one place where composure isn't required. A journal, a therapist, a trusted person, even a quiet moment alone in the car. Somewhere that doesn't need you to perform strength. This matters because rebuilding this capacity in isolation is much harder than rebuilding it somewhere it's actually witnessed and allowed. None of this means abandoning your ability to function under pressure. That's a real and valuable skill. It means separating that skill from the belief that feeling anything at all is dangerous. Real strength was never about not breaking. It was always about being able to feel the crack and stay anyway. Before you go, think of one thing you've been managing instead of feeling. Just for a moment. Don't fix it. Don't explain it away. Just say it plainly to yourself. I feel this. That sentence, small as it sounds, is often the first honest thing a person says to themselves in years. And it's not weakness. It's the beginning of a strength that doesn't need to disappear in order to hold. This channel is for people quietly rebuilding their foundation, one honestly felt moment at a time. If this found you at the right moment, stay a while. I'll see you in the next one.